I'm about to make half of Southeast Asia angry with me. Thailand or the Philippines? For dating, nightlife, and actually building a life as an expat? One of these countries absolutely dominates. And it's probably not the one you think. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will save you years of mistakes. Let's start with the part nobody talks about openly. Dating. This is the elephant in the room. Here's what happens in Thailand. You meet someone stunning at a rooftop bar in Bangkok. The chemistry is electric. She laughs at your jokes, touches your arm, and looks into your eyes like you're the only person in the room. But then, doubt creeps in. Is she genuinely interested? Or is this transactional? Is she looking for a boyfriend? Or a sponsor? I'm not judging anyone's choices, but here's the brutal truth most guys discover. In Thailand, those lines get blurry. Really blurry. You spend weeks, sometimes months, never quite knowing where you stand. And here's something even more experienced expats admit. Even when you find someone genuine in Thailand, there's often an emotional distance. A wall you can't quite break through. Part of it is cultural. Part of it is the language barrier we'll talk about soon. But the result? You can date someone for months and still feel like you're only seeing the surface. Now, the Philippines? Completely different game. Filipinos don't play around. When they're interested, you know it. They'll text you good morning, ask about your day, introduce you to their cousins. Sometimes before the second date, they'll argue with you about real things, share their insecurities, cry during movies without feeling embarrassed. The emotional availability is on a completely different level. But here's the twist. Remember how I said you'd meet the family early? That's not just sweet. That's your first test. Filipino families don't just accept anyone. They're protective, traditional. They're watching to see if you're serious or just another tourist passing through. Pass that test? Everything changes. You're not just dating her anymore. You're dating the entire ecosystem. Her parents are asking about your plans. Her siblings are adding you to group chats. Her grandmother is already sizing you up as potential grandson-in-law material. And here's what shocked one expat I talked to. I went from feeling completely alone in life to having 50 people who cared whether I ate dinner. It was overwhelming, but in the best possible way. Here's something that sounds small but changes everything. Communication. In Thailand, unless you speak Thai, you're living in a bubble. Dating apps? You need Google Translate open constantly. Deep conversations? Forget it. Understanding someone's personality, their humor, their dreams? Nearly impossible through the language barrier. One guy told me, I dated someone for 3 months in Thailand. I'm still not sure if she actually liked sci-fi movies or was just being polite. Another said, we broke up over a misunderstanding that probably wouldn't have happened if we could actually talk properly. And here's what people don't realize about language barriers in relationships. You miss the small stuff, the subtle jokes, the tone that tells you she's actually upset, even though she said she's fine. The random 2 a.m. conversations that build real intimacy. Without language, you're always performing a relationship instead of living it. The Philippines? Everyone speaks English. Not broken English, not survival phrases. Real English. You can debate philosophy at 2 a.m., understand sarcasm, catch subtle flirtation. You actually get to know people on a deeper level. And here's what shocked me most. Filipino humor is self-deprecating, playful, sometimes savage, very similar to Western banter. You're not just dating someone you're attracted to. You're dating someone who actually makes you laugh. Someone who roasts you when you deserve it. someone who gets your references. That changes everything, because attraction fades. But being able to make each other laugh, that's what keeps relationships alive for decades. So the next comparison is on the nightlife. Now, let's talk about the nightlife. Everyone knows about Thailand's nightlife. Bangkok's Khao San Road, Pattaya's Walking Street, the full moon parties. It's legendary, chaotic, unforgettable. But here's what happens after your third visit. It starts feeling hollow. You're surrounded by thousands of people, but you're completely alone. Everyone's a transaction. The bartender wants tips. The promoter wants you in their club. That friendly stranger? Probably selling something. You wake up the next morning thinking, that was wild, but did I actually connect with anyone? And here's the pattern expats notice. In Thailand, nightlife is spectacular, but predictable. Same streets, same energy, same transactional vibe. After a year, you realize you're just repeating the same night over and over. Some guys love that. The freedom, the anonymity, the ability to disappear into the chaos. But others? They start feeling invisible. Now here's where the Philippines does something completely unexpected. Manila's Poblacion District, Cebu's IT Park, BGC's rooftop bars. Yes, it's lively. Yes, there are clubs and cocktails and late nights. But something strange happens around midnight. Someone at the next table invites you to join them, not because they want something, just because. Within an hour, you're in a group of 10 people. Someone's buying rounds. Someone else is arguing about basketball. A girl is teaching you Tagalog curse words while everyone's laughing. Before you know it, it's 4 a.m. and you've exchanged Instagram handles with 7 new friends. One expat told me, in Thailand, I partied alone in crowds. In the Philippines, I never partied alone again. In Thailand, you collect experiences. In the Philippines, you collect people. But wait, there's a darker side nobody mentions. Because here's what also happens in Philippine nightlife. The karaoke trap. You think you're just going to a bar. Suddenly, someone hands you a microphone. You know Bohemian Rhapsody, right? And now you're performing Queen at 1 a.m. to 50 strangers who are all singing along, judging your high notes, and filming you. There's no escape. The karaoke is inevitable. One guy said, I've sung my way at least 40 times across different Philippine provinces. It's basically my passport now. Consider yourself warned. And here's another thing about Philippine nightlife that takes adjustment. The parties never end on time. Let's meet at 8 means people start arriving at 10. Just one drink means you're there until sunrise. Small gathering means at least 30 people. Time is a suggestion, not a rule. If you're the type who needs structure and schedules, this will drive you insane. Our last comparison is the expat life in both countries. What happens after the honeymoon phase ends? Let's talk about the part that really matters. Actually living there. Thailand has everything on paper. Modern infrastructure, efficient transportation, world-class hospitals, incredible food. For the first 6 months, it feels perfect. But then, something shifts. Expats in Thailand talk about the invisible wall. You can live there for years and still feel like an outsider. Thai society is polite, but closed, making deep local friendships extremely difficult. Most expats end up in their own bubble. Other foreigners, similar hangout spots, the same restaurants. It's comfortable, but it's isolated. And here's what veterans say about long-term life in Thailand. You're always a guest, a welcome guest, a respected guest, but never truly home. The bureaucracy keeps you at arm's length. Visa runs remind you you're temporary. Even after a decade, you're still the foreigner. Some people find peace in that. the freedom of not being fully integrated. But others? They describe it as exhausting, always performing, always aware they're different. But in the Philippines, it's the opposite experience. Week 2 of living in Manila, you get invited to a family birthday party. You barely know these people. Doesn't matter, you're coming. They have already set a place for you. In month 3, someone's cousin is getting married in the province. You should come. It's a 7-hour drive. We're leaving at 4 a.m. And you go, because somehow you're already part of the fabric. But here's the part that actually made me understand the difference. An expat told me this story. He got sick. Nothing serious, just a bad flu. Couldn't leave his apartment. In Thailand, he ordered food delivery and recovered alone. In the Philippines, his neighbor, whom he'd only talked to twice, showed up with soup. Her mom came by with ginger tea. Someone else dropped off medicine. He didn't ask for help. They just showed up. He said, "I wasn't even close to these people, but they treated me like family." That's the difference. Thailand lets you visit comfortably. The Philippines makes you belong. And here's another layer most people don't talk about. Longevity in these countries feels different. Before we continue, if you're getting value so far, could you please like this video? This really means a lot to me, and I appreciate every single like on this video. Thank you. In Thailand, expats often talk about their exit plan. When will they move back? Where will they retire? It's always temporary in their minds. In the Philippines, expats talk about investing, setting up businesses, and building a legacy. Because when Filipinos accept you, they assume you for life. They're planning your future with them, whether you asked for it or not. But, and this is important, this closeness comes with expectations. Filipinos don't see friendship as casual. If you're in, you're in. They'll expect you at gatherings. They'll want to know about your life. They'll ask direct questions that might feel invasive to Westerners. For some guys, this is overwhelming. One expat said, "I went from lonely to never alone, and sometimes I miss loneliness." For others, it's exactly what they've been searching for their whole lives. The question is, which type are you? Now let's talk about something special. The comparison of money. Everyone says Thailand is cheaper, and for pure backpacking, maybe it is. But when you're actually living somewhere, the Philippines often makes more sense. Here's why. In Thailand, you're always the farang. The foreigner price exists. Housing in expat areas is expensive. Imported goods cost a fortune. Your dollars stretch. But you're constantly negotiating, constantly checking if you're being overcharged. And here's the thing about Thailand's cost of living. Yes, street food is cheap. But if you want Western comfort food, prepare to pay premium prices. Quality housing in safe areas, not as affordable as people claim. Healthcare is excellent, but also priced for medical tourists. The Philippines? More transparent pricing. English-speaking services mean no confusion. And that social connection pays off. Locals tell you where actually to eat, where actually to shop. One guy told me, "In Thailand, I spent more money feeling isolated. In the Philippines, I spent less money and felt rich in friendships." And here's an unexpected financial benefit of the Philippines. Because you integrate socially, you learn to live like a local faster. Filipinos will take you to the actual good restaurants, not tourist traps. They'll show you where locals buy groceries, how to navigate transportation without getting ripped off. In Thailand, that learning curve takes years, if it happens at all. But here's the real financial twist nobody talks about. When you date seriously in the Philippines, you're not just dating one person. You're supporting a network. Tuition for a younger sibling, medicine for a parent, help with the family business. For Western guys used to independent dating, this is shocking. The first time your girlfriend asks if you can help with her brother's tuition, you might think, is this a scam? The answer? Usually no. It's cultural. In Filipino culture, when you have money, you help your family. Period. It's not negotiable. It's not a red flag. It's just how things work. But here's what's interesting. The guys who understand this, who embrace it as cultural difference rather than exploitation, they build the deepest, most loyal relationships imaginable. Because here's what happens when you help. That family becomes your family. Completely, unconditionally. They'll defend you, support you, include you in everything. When you need help, they show up. It's not a one-way street. It's a completely different economic and social model. The guys who resent it? They end up bitter and alone, calling every Filipina a gold digger. Your choice, but understand this. If you want the warmth, the connection, the belonging, you can't cherry-pick the cultural elements you like. You're either all in or you're not. Look, I can't paint the Philippines as perfect without addressing the hard truths. Infrastructure? Behind Thailand. Way behind. Power outages still happen regularly. The internet can be unreliable. Traffic in Manila is absolutely soul-crushing. We're talking 3-hour commutes for 20 kilometers. One expat said, "I lost years of my life sitting in Manila traffic." Literal years. Safety? More unpredictable. You need street smarts. Certain areas are sketchy. Petty crime is more common than in Thailand. You can't just stumble around drunk at 3 a.m. like you might in Bangkok. You need awareness. Healthcare? Good in major cities, but Thailand's medical tourism industry is leagues ahead. If you have serious health issues, Thailand wins hands down. And let's talk about something nobody wants to admit. Poverty is more visible in the Philippines. Thailand hides it better. The tourist areas are pristine. The poverty exists, but it's tucked away. In the Philippines, you can't avoid it. Street kids. Sprawling slums are visible from highways. The inequality is stark and confronting. For some Western expats, this is emotionally heavy. You're living comfortably while surrounded by struggle. And here's the uncomfortable truth about dating. That family closeness I praised? It can become suffocating. Some guys discover that dating a Filipina means her entire family has opinions about their relationship. Her aunt doesn't like your beard. Her uncle thinks you should get married faster. Her mother is already planning where your kids will go to school. And they're not subtle about it. They'll tell you directly. When are you proposing? You're too old to wait. She's not getting younger. For independent-minded Westerners, this can feel claustrophobic. You thought you were dating one person. Turns out you're in a relationship with 15 people who all have voting rights. And yes, financial expectations are real. Not every Filipina is looking for a provider. But the cultural expectation that men should financially support their partners and their families, that's deeply ingrained. Some guys embrace it. They like being the provider, the hero, the patriarch. Others feel trapped, used, resentful. And here's the really hard truth. Both perspectives can be valid simultaneously. Filipino families do genuinely care about you. And they do expect financial support. It's not either or, it's both and. Navigating that, it's complicated. So here's my honest take. The Philippines isn't for everyone. If you want sleek, efficient, easy, Thailand wins. If you want pristine infrastructure and want to avoid dealing with poverty, Thailand wins. If you value personal space and independence above all else, Thailand wins. But if you want a messy, real, deeply human connection, if you want to feel less like a tourist and more like you've finally found your tribe, if you're willing to embrace a completely different cultural model of relationships and family, then yeah. Sorry, Thailand. The Philippines is better. I know this video probably pissed some people off. Thailand lovers will say I'm oversimplifying. That you can build deep connections there. That not all dating is transactional. They're right. Philippine lovers will say I'm being too harsh. That not all families are financially demanding. That infrastructure is improving. They're also right. Both countries are incredible. Both offer things the other can't match. But for dating, genuine connection, and building a real life, not just an extended vacation, the Philippines offers something rare. It offers you a place to actually belong. Not everyone wants that. Not everyone's ready for that. But if you are, the Philippines will change your life. So here's my question for you. What are you actually looking for? An adventure or a home? Because your answer determines which country is truly better for you. Drop a comment. Tell me which side you're on. And if you've lived in both, I want to hear your story. Especially the uncomfortable parts. The stuff nobody puts in their Instagram posts. Because this debate, it's far from over. And the truth is usually messier than either side wants to admit. And if you need an actual comparison tailored towards retirement for both countries, you can check out this video.